Right, so just real quick, we're going to go over what you should be carrying every day if you want to be someone who's ready to defend people, ready to take care of an emergency, just as you're going throughout your day. Um, First tip is don't wear anything like this if you don't want people to look at you as somebody they know is probably carrying a weapon and a gun and knows how to use it. If you want to look like you want to be the gray man, as they say, and just blend in, don't dress like you're going to the range, because everybody's going to know, yeah, he's probably got a gun. If you get out of your car like that and you go in somewhere for a long time and they want to break into a car, guess what? They probably know a gun's in your car, and so just don't make yourself a target. If you want to wear hats like this, that's fine, but it screams either you are military or like guns or something like that. You're making yourself a target. If you want to wear a backpack around, don't wear something with molly rig stuff all over it. Wear something that doesn't say, hey, I'm carrying weapons and I'm dangerous. You want to just look like, hey, I'm just an average guy having a fun time. I'm not looking for trouble. I'm not armed. I don't know how to use a weapon. You just want to look nondescript. Now, as far as clothing goes, first thing you want to do in your everyday carry is get yourself a good belt. You can go insane with how much you want to pay. I probably paid like 23 bucks for this one. And it's just a simple belt that ratchets down. Now there are belts they have out now I would highly recommend that literally ratchet down. So if you want to carry your gun and stuff like appendix carry, that's excellent. This one is a softer version. I'm probably going to get a hold of one of those tighter ones eventually, but you don't need it. Another thing, sunglasses aren't just to look cool and to be in the Secret Service. You have no idea where my eyes are right now, okay? And a lot of advantage to people that wear sunglasses in any kind of industry like that. It keeps your eyes shielded so that you can actually observe things without being obvious. If you see something that looks really suspicious and you're out somewhere and you're just staring at it, you can actually challenge somebody to a confrontation, because just by making eye contact with them, they're thinking, oh yeah, he's on to me, he's a threat and he's gonna pick a fight with me. So sunglasses give you a nice edge, plus it protects your eyes from harmful rays from the sun. But anyway, the next most important thing that you should be carrying is your firearm. Okay, I've got a Glock 19 that pretty much goes everywhere with me. Now sometimes, if I'm honest, in the summertime it's hard to go out, and you have to really fight the urge to be lazy and don't carry, because carrying a gun sounds all fun and all until you do it for about 7 days in a row, and then it gets really old really quick, because it's just heavy, it's bulky, it's a bulge, it dictates how you dress. You can't tuck your shirt in and wear a handgun unless you get a really special type of holster to do that, or unless you have one that'll fit in your pocket. So just be aware of that. I also have a 43, Glock Model 43. In summertime carry, this is a lot easier, and I'll either carry it the small on my back so I can get a hold of it with either hand, or I might carry it appendix style. But it's not quite small enough for pocket carry, but it still gives me, with a Taran tactical extension, I get about 9 to 10 rounds depending on what I want to do, and that gives me the option of at least having a lot of ammo, and I carry extra mags. So you should always carry at least one extra mag, because nobody in the history of any kind of conflict or confrontation has ever complained about not having enough ammo. You have no idea what you may walk into, and obviously you shouldn't be going places where you think you're going to need to have a gunfight. If you think you might have a gunfight, you probably shouldn't go there. But sometimes trouble finds you, and the fight's going to last until somebody runs out of ammo, and hopefully that won't be you. But sometimes we like to think that everybody just takes down everything they shoot at, but it's not like the movies. And even the movies, even well-made movies, police officers hit about 40% of the shots they fire. So for every 10 rounds a cop fires, 4 of them find their target. So if you think you're just going to walk out there and pull a John Wayne one shot, drop them dead, you're in a fantasy world. So you need to think about that. If you're going to carry a gun, you probably should carry a tourniquet somewhere on your body. You can carry it in I wear cargo pants all the time. I love cargo pants because they just make sense. They have tons of pockets and they're comfortable as all get out. Put one of those in your pocket. You may not need it, but say you see somebody get hurt, you come upon something, you witness someone get hurt, you can stop somebody from bleeding to death with one of these, and or yourself. You know, if you get hit, heaven forbid, you may not be able to get to a place where you can get help. It may be late at night, you may be out somewhere. You can at least stop the bleeding and give yourself a lot better chance. Now, if you're out at night, it's really great to have one of these little babies. This is a Surefire, and it's top of the line. I paid probably more than I really wanted to for it, but if I ever needed this in the dark, it'll light my entire yard up all the way to the probably like 500 yards away. Just light it, just like broad daylight. But another feature of this is if somebody's bothering you, you can stun them and either get away, or if you need to, defend yourself. And you'll have a huge advantage over them, because while they're doing this, in that second or two, it gives you the chance to either move to somewhere where you can get out of their way and get safety, or you can get in position to take your shot. So another thing is, get a good knife, and not one that you just sit in open cardboard boxes with. I break that rule a little bit with this knife, but this is a Benchmade, and I do try to dedicate this solely as a defense knife and keep it razor sharp. And that sometimes, if you can't carry a firearm in some places, you can get away with carrying that. Now, that being said, there are some places that some of you are going to go where you cannot legally carry a firearm. Say if it's, you know, a place you work, you can make your own decision there, but if you get caught, you're going to get fired, and you may get prosecuted depending on what the laws are. But then again, there's places that you just can't carry, like the post office, things like that, federal places. But what you can do, and I'll just shout out to them, Warrior Poet sells these like $20 tactical pens. Now they are actually pens, you can write with them, they come with plenty of refills. But what they also come with is a glass breaker. Now that right there will shatter a windshield, but it also does a good number on kneecaps, body parts, and heads. So if this is all you had was one of these babies, if you had to use it as a weapon, it would do a number on somebody, but no one's going to say anything. The guy who makes these actually flies with them, and he just puts them like a pin, and he walks right through security, and they just say, okay, it's a pin, whatever. It doesn't have a blade on it, so they don't bother him. So if you have to go somewhere where you can't carry anything good, then at least you can have something. And even a lady, if she uses this right, is going to really ruin somebody's day if they decide to be stupid with it. And of course, I guess if you have to go somewhere where you're going to be metal detected, and you absolutely want a last-ditch effort, you can go online and find these plastic spikes, and they will not be picked up by a metal detector. And I'm not going to say how I know that, but they will not be found. And as long as you put it somewhere very concealable, and as long as someone's not patting you down or ripping through your bags and doing an itemized search. I'm not saying I try to fly with that, so don't try to go to the airport with that. I do not want to advise you to get yourself in federal prison there. But if you need to go somewhere that they're not going to let you carry a knife or a gun in there, that would at least give you protection. And but again, obey all rules and signs and regulations. Lastly, I like to have just a notebook, just something to write stuff down with. Mainly not for tactical purposes, just because I can't remember stuff and I like to write stuff down. And you got your pen and your tactical pen here, and you can write with it. That's what I would recommend for people who like to carry things. Obviously ladies have a much easier time with this because they have purses, and if you're like my wife, you carry cinder blocks in your purse, and you can carry whatever you want in there. You can break down an AR pistol if you want to. But anyway, I hope that's helpful. Any questions or ideas, don't be afraid to comment, and hopefully you will. If this goes on YouTube, please like and subscribe. That would help me greatly. Have a wonderful, blessed day.